श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ अखण्डानन्दसम्बोधः वन्दनाद्यस्य जायते गोविन्दं तमहं वन्दे चिदानन्दतनुं गुरुम्. So yesterday we were seeing the avakrata. Avakrata is one of the characteristics which we need to gain. See, these are qualities which were said, among the 18 qualities which were said for manapasada, meaning the grace of mind. In the shama, after seeing viveka, after seeing vairāgya, we are seeing shama. In that shama, this discussion is what we are seeing. Okay. Now, among these qualities, after the avakrata means straightforwardness. This is what is said by Bhagavan in Gita as arjavam, ruju bhava, simplicity. Arjavam means simplicity. Simplicity is the most difficult thing nowadays. Okay. Now, brahmādisthāvarānteṣu vairāgyaṃ viṣayeṣvanu yathaiva kākaviṣṭhāyāṃ vairāgyaṃ taddhi nirmalam. After discussing the avakrata, we are entering into vairāgya. See, the vairāgya which we saw earlier and the vairāgya which we see now is not different. Same vairāgya. But that vairāgya is necessary for gaining the shama. Okay? Manah prasada, through which you gain the shama. Okay? So, brahmadi, what is this vairāgya? He could have said whatever we discussed earlier. No, he is giving a simple definition for that vairāgya. brahmādisthāvarānteṣu vairāgyaṃ viṣayeṣu anu yathaiva kākaviṣṭhāyāṃ vairāgyaṃ taddhi nirmalam. Yathaiva kākaviṣṭhāyāṃ. In the tradition, we have these two things. One is called as draṣṭanta. The other is called as draṣṭanta. Draṣṭanta, udaharanam, example. Draṣṭanta, udaharanam, example. Draṣṭanta means udahruta, exemplified. So, first we see the example and superimpose it on the exemplified. Okay? Draṣṭanta. Now, first the draṣṭanta. What does he say? Yathaiva kākaviṣṭhāyāṃ. Like in the kākaviṣṭhā, kāka, crow, viṣṭha means it's a feces, it's a filth. Now, like you see that's the whole example over. He is not explaining anything there. The idea is, see, we don't enjoy the crow shit, or we don't enjoy it, or we don't even we have an aversion to it. That's the idea, the aversion to it. Using this aversion in India, few years ago, even now probably, now people have learnt it, but still you can cheat everyone until they don't become themselves an object of that cheating. Okay. So here hitters are like what happened this earlier. They'll throw something on your shirt, behind the shirt. Okay. And they will tell, sir, there is something in your shirt. And you turn whichever way, you will not be able to clean it or see it. But if something is there, you can feel also. So then what you do is, sir, will you please hold on to these things? You give your cell phone and your bag and all that to this fellow for cleaning the crow shit. And before you clean that, he cleans you away. He cleans you up. He take it and run away. This happened a lot. Why? Because of our aversion to this. We don't really enjoy it anywhere closer to it. When we stay there, whenever there is something, we'll just move away from this place. That kind of aversion, he says, for brahmādisthāvarānteṣu viṣayeṣu, for things which from the brahmaji to the sthavara, any small crop, any small grass. Sthavara means any grass. Now, Brahma here is not Brahman, but Brahmaji. Because Vishayeṣu, he says, Brahman is not Vishaya. right? So, viṣayeṣvanu, right from Brahmaji, his world, and any small living being or any small grass, in everything, you have to have this aversion. That is what anu vairāgyaṃ. That continuously existing is what is called as vairāgya. Taddhi nirmalam vairāgyaṃ. That vairāgya is what is called as pure vairāgya, nirmalam, defectless vairāgya, pure vairāgya. Okay? Now, bāhyamābhyantaraṃ ceti dvividhaṃ śaucamucyate mṛjjalābhyāṃ kṛtaṃ śaucaṃ bāhyaṃ śārīrakaṃ smṛtam. Śauca, next thing is śauca, purity. And while talking about purity, we saw there are two kinds of purity, external and internal. That's exactly what he's saying. bāhyamābhyantaraṃ ca iti dvividhaṃ śaucamucyate. mṛjjalābhyāṃ kṛtaṃ śaucaṃ bāhyaṃ śārīrakaṃ smṛtam. bāhyamābhyantaraṃ ceti dvividhaṃ śaucaṃ ucyate. External and internal. There are two kinds of purity which is said in the tradition, in the Shastras. mṛjjalābhyāṃ kṛtaṃ śaucaṃ. The purity which you gain through the mṛt and jala, through the sand and the water, is called as a bāhyaṃ, external. śārīrakaṃ smṛtam, that is with reference to the physical body, the cleanliness of the physical body. mṛjjalābhyāṃ, what does that mean? With the sand and the water, what do you do? See, in early days, we used to, like, this is how you have to live. See, nowadays we have attached bathroom, and inside the bathroom itself you have this wash basin or something, and where you have this dispenser, soap dispenser. You use that and you clean it, and you have to clean it this way, that way, etc., which you learnt it after the COVID. The tradition says you have to use sand, some kind of sand, whatever available sand it is. So that earth, whatever earth material. So that, and wash your hands so many times. You have to use the sand in so many places, specific places. Okay. Then you have to rub it for so many number of times. Then you have to use water for so many number of times. Then you have to gargle for so many number of times. Then after that you have to do the ajñāna. You have to chant the mantra and sip some water. These are things which you need to do. See, they say Buddhism, in Buddhism there is walking meditation, talking meditation, all stupid meditation. This lifestyle itself is a meditative lifestyle. In the morning, early morning, you wake up, you see your hand, and that's how you wake up. I told you. So you have to chant the mantra, and you see, okay, Kara, Grevasati, Lakshmi, etc. You chant and you see Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Govinda. Then you touch the ground with the mantra, chanting the mantra for Bhumi Devi, requesting her, thanking her, and all that. So everything, every step, and family man, brahmachari should wash his hands this many times. Family person should have to wash this many times. Vanaprastha should, forest dweller should have to wash its hands this many times, and the sannyasi should have to wash its hands this many times. In everything there is a rule. It's all gone. We don't do it actually. So people talk from bathroom. They don't even talk inside the bathroom. They use phone. Yeah, they'll do all that. So think as a bāhyaṃ śaucaṃ. That is external purity. That is as much important as internal purity. ajñānadūrīkaraṇaṃ mānasaṃ śaucamantaram antaḥśauce samyagbāhyaṃ nāvaśyakaṃ nṛṇām. ajñānadūrīkaraṇaṃ mānasaṃ śaucamantaram antaḥśauce sthite samyagbāhyaṃ nāvaśyakaṃ nṛṇām. So he is saying something important. ajñānadūrīkaraṇaṃ, getting rid of the ignorance, is a antaram śaucaṃ. Mānasaṃ antaram śaucaṃ is the mind, psychical, which is a internal purity. Getting rid of ignorance is ignorant purity, is internal purity. What a beautiful thing. And he goes on to stage next thing. antaḥśauce sthite samyagbāhyaṃ nāvaśyakaṃ nṛṇām. antaḥśauce samyak sthite. if you are established very nicely in the internal purity, then bāhyaṃ nāvaśyakaṃ nṛṇām. The external purity is not necessary for the people. Only when you are established in the internal purity properly. So people now, no, I want to spend more time in meditation, so I don't want to take bath. That is not how it is, sir. You have to take bath and do meditation, and those are all rules. Without that, without your body being awake, body being awake means your mind is awake. It is now seeing the world, but your body is not yet awake. You give it a jolt, take a bath, you give it a jolt, and then come and sit in the big freshen up, and then come and sit in the meditation. It will be even better. That is why he says only when you don't have to have, because once you have this purity of mind is once you have, if you have established your mind in that absolute, by getting rid of the ignorance, what is internal purity and what is external? There is no internal and external, etc. for anything. So leave alone purity. Okay. So next, dhyānapūjādikaṃ loke draṣṭaryeva karoti pāramārthikadhīhīnaḥ sa dambhācāra ucyate. Dambha. Next is dambha. Okay. Dambha. What is dambha? Loke pāramārthikadhīhīnaḥ यह सह draṣṭaryeva dhyānapūjādikaṃ karoti. So one in the world, one who does not have the pāramārthikadhīhīnaḥ means one who is devoid of the knowledge of the absolute, of the reality, of the truth. He does not have the knowledge, he does not believe in the absolute truth, he does not believe in God, etc. But dhyānapūjādikaṃ karoti, he performs the dhyāna puja, etc. Why? If he does not believe in it, why he is doing it? That is why he says draṣṭaryeva, for the sake of the witness, for the sake of the audience, for the sake of the seer. You do lot of beautiful things, presenting yourself as a great vairāgya purusha, all that for the others. You know inside, internally, you have what kind of purity is there inside, what kind of filth is there inside. We all know. So the thing is, draṣṭaryeva, for the other's sake. When somebody is seeing, they'll sit in meditation, they'll do puja and all that. Now, that is called as dambhācāra, the practice of dambha. Dambha. What does dambha mean? Hypocrisy. That is what is called as dambha, hypocrisy. That activity is called as hypocrisy, and that person who does it called as hypocrite, dambhika. So, ucyate. Then, pumsaha tatha anacharam adambhitvam. So, should I have this dambha? No. Then why are you teaching it? We are teaching you dambha to give up the dambha, to understand what is dambha and not practice it. So, he says, pumsaha tatha anacharam adambhitvam vidurbudaha. Person not practicing that kind of activity is called as a adambhi. That is what the knowledgeable people, the learned people, the wise men accept. That is what is called as adambhitva by the wise men. Adambhitva is one important word which is used by Bhagavan in the Gita. Amanittam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantireva cha. So that adambhitva is what is said here. Okay. Next, not being a hypocrite. Next is yathaiva drashtam samyak cha śrutam tasyaiva bhāshanam satyam ityucate brahma satyamityaphi bhāshanam. Beautiful. Yathaiva drashtam samyak cha śrutam tasyaiva bhāshanam satyam ityucate brahma satyamityaphi bhāshanam. Svena yad samyak drashtam cha śrutam cha tasyaiva bhāshanam satyamiti ucyate. Whatever you see perfectly, correctly, samyak, nicely, whatever you see nicely, and whatever you heard nicely, and speaking the same is what is called as a satya. Now wait. I gave an example in Tamil, like there are some TV serials which say this is what is the right thing and this is what is the shastra and all that, some stupid in the serials, soap operas. Okay. That has nothing to do with Shastra, but now they are selling everything as Shastra. Anyway, it's for for people who are addicted to it, serial killers. Now, if something is said there as shastrika, you saw it, you heard it, you saw it nicely, and you heard it nicely. If you repeat it, is it called as satya? It cannot be satya. So, what is satya? There is a proverb in Tamil. Kannal kanbadum poi, kadal ketpadum poi, tira visarippade mei. Meaning, kannal kanbadum poi. Whatever you see through your eyes is false. Kadal ketpadum poi. Whatever you hear through your ear is also false. Tira visarippade mei. Inquiring into it properly, whatever you heard, whatever you saw, is what is called as the truth. So, just seeing and just hearing is not what it makes it as truth, but inquiring into it and being established in that is what is called as truth. And if you say that, then that is truth. That is satya. Otherwise, it cannot be called as satya. That satya itself is such a very loaded word, actually. Next is, okay, somebody says something. You heard it right. Does it make it satya? I said, no, it is not possible. Now, if you hear from someone, does it really make it non-satya? No, I didn't say that. When you hear it from me, Guruji, or from the Shastra, we'll see that also later. Like, so when you hear from Guru or Vedanta, that is also satya. How do we define whom to listen and whom not to listen? It is called as apta purusha. Apta purusha, a person. Apta purusha means a person who has who says whatever he sees and whatever he hears without any change as it is. That is apta purusha, meaning after inquiry. As it is, if he says, meaning a person who is trustworthy. Apta purusha means a trustworthy person. If you hear from him, whatever you hear or whatever he says shows you, that is acceptable. That is satya also. Okay? Satyam ucyate. And Brahma satyam ityapi bhāshanam. Even saying Brahman is truth is also satya. Why do you have to say that? So whatever you see, whatever you hear, that is satya, true. And Brahma satya, why do you have to say, why do you have to add a rejoinder to that? So why say that? There are two kinds of satya. There is a mantra, kṛtaṃ satyam param brahma purusham krishna pingalam. Okay, there's another mantra in the Shanti Patha. We say kṛtaṃ vachmi, satyam vachmi. Kṛtaṃ vachmi, I say the truth. Satyam vachmi, I say the truth. Kṛtaṃ vachmi, satyam vachmi, both I say the truth. There is no change. Then why is he repeating again and again? Is it repetitive? No, it is not repetitive. Then why is he repeating again? Because there are two interpretations to these two words. We normally translate it as satyam, true, true. Kṛtaṃ also true, satyam also true. But it is not true. What? No, translating it as a both truth commonly is not truth. Why? Because as I said, satya is a very loaded word. So, what is satya here? See, kṛtaṃ means the truth which is established by the scriptures. That is called as kṛta. Okay? Kṛtaṃ. And the truth which is seen, heard in the world. The worldly truth is called as satya. That is the difference. The scriptural truth is called as kṛtaṃ. The worldly truth is called as satyam. Both are referred to as here. Satyam. Okay. So, the Brahma satyam iti bhāshaṃ is the scriptural truth. Whatever you see, whatever you hear is the worldly truth. In the world, we accept where is my phone, where is my pen. That's a truth. But in Vedanta, do you accept the existence of it? No. So, that is worldly truth. Okay. So, dehādishu svakīyatva dridabuddhivivarjanam nirmalam smṛtam yena kaivalyam labhate buddha. Next is dehādishu svakīyatva buddhi dridabuddhivivarjanam nirmalam smṛtam Yena kaivalyam labhate buddha. Nirmamatvam. Next is nirmamatvam. Mama means mine. Mamatva means mineness. Nirmamatva means absence of mineness. What is absence of minus? Dehadishu, in the body, etc. Swakiyatva dridabuddhi varjanam. Giving up the steadfast idea that it is mine. Dridabuddhi means steadfast idea. If you say dridavivarjanam means giving up steadfastly, strongly. Drida, okay. There are 4 words. Swakiyatva, one, belongs to oneself. Drida, strong. Buddhi, idea. Vivarjanam, giving up. So I can say giving up the strong idea that this is mine, or strongly giving up the idea it is mine. Both ways you can interpret. Okay. So that is what is called as nirmalam. Completely giving up the idea that it is mine. This is a very difficult thing in the body, etc. This is the very difficult thing. That's why I keep repeating again and again. If you are going to give up the attachment to the body, dehatma bhava we call it. Deha atma bhava, thinking the body is the self. If you are able to give up that attachment, the identification with the body, half the path you have crossed. Because all of the other problems are all associated with the body. They are all lost. That is why he says nirmamatva. This is not a joke. It is not that simple, because this is not something which you acquired overnight. It is not of this birth itself. We have taken so many births in the so many creations of the past, and all the yuga, all the manmantra, all that. And this has become so strong. It is not easy to give up. It when we are challenged, when we feel that kind of attachment to this, it is not that it is something which you acquired overnight. No, it is for so many births. It is very difficult to give up the identification of me, mine in the body sense organ complex. So giving up that is called as nirmamatva. Okay, yena kaivalyam labhate. And what will I gain if I give up that idea of mineness in the body? Kaivalyam labhate buddha. Kaivalyam means moksha, liberation. This wise person gains the liberation because of it. Because of which. Okay. Guru Vedanta vachanaihi nishchitarthe draṣṭarieva tadekavritya tatstharyam naischalyam natu varshmanaha. Guru Vedanta vachanaihi nishchitarthe draṣṭarieva tad ekavritya tatstharyam naischalyam natu varshmanaha. Guru Vedanta vachanaihi, in the words of Guru and Vedanta. The words of Guru and Vedanta. The words of Guru regarding the Vedanta. The words of Vedanta through the Guru. Because these people, they call themselves as Guru, they speak utter nonsense. They neither are qualified to be called as Guru, or they are qualified to be called as a Vedanti. So, Guru and Vedanta, nishchitarthe. Whatever statements, vachanaihi, from the statements from them, whatever the statements from the Vedas and the Guru, in that nishchitarthe, the idea which you have gained clearly, the clarity. Nishchitartha means determination, the clarity which you gain in that whatever you heard. Tad ekavritya. See, vachanaihi shravana, nishchitartha manana. Tad ekavritya draṣṭarieva is nididhyasana. Being established in that without being disturbed, with focus. Ekavritya means focused. Being established in it, focused, is what is nididhyasana. And that is a stharyam. That's stharyam. That is what is called as sthirata. Sthirata means steadfastness. Steadfastness. Establishment. Varshmanaha naischalyam natu tat. And it is not the sthirata of the body. Sthirata of the body means being able to sit for quite a long period, etc. That's not sthirata. Solid state. That is not solid state. This is to say that, but sthirata of the body is also important. Bhagavan bāhyamābhyantaraṃ says, you should not do japa while going, walking, etc. That does not mean you should not do japa while walking. See, you should have to do japa in sitting posture. That is the best way to do japa. But I keep repeating, when do you have to do japa? Every time. Whenever you are away from things, you do japa. Why? Because your mind will not be traveling to other things. Why you have to say, don't do japa while walking, etc.? Because your mind is to be focused on the walking. Otherwise, you will lose the center of gravity, you will lose the balance, you will fall down. So, your mind has to maintain that posture. So, then does that mean you will not be thinking anything else? You will be thinking something else. So, do japa during that period. That's why I said. Okay. Now, you say that is not sthirata. Like the purity is internal purity and external purity. And once you gain the internal purity, there is no need for external purity. Similarly, here also, the stability is sthirata. Stability is internal stability and external stability. Once you gain the internal stability, there is no need for external stability. Until then, you need it. That is why in the life of Bhagavan Bāhyaṃ, there is a beautiful story of his own disciple. His disciple asked, I want to go Tirtha Yatra. Tirthatana means to visit holy places. Bhagavan Bāhyaṃ tells him, don't. You have studied, sit down and become established on that. So, no, I want to. Disciples are like that. So, okay. Then he goes on yatra. Now, when he comes to south, in south there is a place called Tiruchirapalli. In Tiruchi, he has an uncle, and his uncle says, in his uncle's place, he keeps the books and says, I am leaving it here. I don't want to carry it all. I'll come back after visiting Rameshwaram. I'll come back and they'll take it. Okay, no problem. You can have it here. He goes off. And his uncle sees the book and he sees, oh, these are books. These look like my nephew's writing. So let me see what he has written. And he sees, he is a very great, his name is Nilakantha Acharya. He's great devotee of Shiva. And he is a very staunch propagator of Shaivism. Now when he sees this, he sees Shaivism is completely, the philosophy of Shiva is completely destroyed, annihilated in the book. So he says, okay. He calls his wife and tells, you take your kids with you to your parents' house. You stay with your brother or your mother for some time. I'll call you back. Then he arranges for a vehicle and he sends everyone and burns his whole house. Why? Because he cannot say, your book only got burnt. So he burns his whole house. Now you can say, along with the house, your book also got burnt. That is the kind of staunch association he has with this philosophy. Now when the Acharya comes back, he says, what happened? Oh, my house got burnt. So it's okay. But I am very afraid, I am very sorry that your book got burnt. He says, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. I was thinking what to do with that book, actually. Oh, Shiva gave him some good, thinking, right? After visiting the Shiva temple, he got some good intellect, not to curse it. He says, no. Actually, what I thought is, what I have done, what the condemning I have done is at a very low level. I want to upgrade it to a higher level, version 2.3 or 4.5. Says, this is very dangerous. So he gives him milk. Okay, you have come to my house. At least I'll offer you milk. So he gives him milk along with cow's milk. There is this flower called dhatura. It's a tubular kind of flower, and like a gramophone speaker, and it's a white color one. It's a very holy flower for Shiva. It has this seeds. The fruit is it's called as a thorn apple something. Okay, the fruits are like a wood apple or thorn apple. The seeds are very like small round balls. He crushes all of them and makes milk of it and offers it. Now you drink that milk. If you are a kid, it can kill you. If you are grown up, you will feel hallucinated. If you are given a overdose, then you will lose your brain. So he was given a little overdose, not too much, little overdose. So he lost his brain. So he was roaming around crazily. At that point of time, Bhagavan Bāhyākāra, to bless him, came back here because of his grace. He came back and he took him under his control again. And he said, okay, now you write the book. He says, no, I don't have the brain power to write it. Okay, then you write down whatever you recited. I have it in my memory. It is called as ekagraki. Listen to one time, he remembers everything. So he said, whatever you said, I remember it. I'll just recite, you just write it. So he recited and his disciple wrote it, and that book is available even today. It's called as Panchapadika, a commentary on Brahma Sutra. Panchapadika. Okay. Anyway, so that is what it is. So sthirata, the stability of the body is also important unless you gain the stability of the mind. Okay. Very good. We'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.